Taksim Square is a major tourist hotspot in Istanbul. It's a place where much of the city connects through public transportation and roads. But it's most known for shopping. There are hundreds of shops, including international and Turkish brands, that line the streets. This shopping street is called Istiklal Caddesi, which means Independence Street in English. Since living in Istanbul since 2020, I've discovered that there's much more to this street than just shopping, eating, and drinking. So let me show you 6 things that you can do on this street that are not eating and drinking. First up, we have Narmanli Han, which looks pretty cool from the outside, but did you know that it used to be the Russian embassy until 1880 and then converted into a Russian prison until 1914? The Narmanli family then became the owners of this building, and they used it for trade and a warehouse because of its location to Bank Street and to the Golden Horn for shipping and cargo. During World War I, this was used as a meeting place for political purposes. Once the Turkish Republic was formed, it was used for artists to showcase their exhibitions. There were also apartments on the second floor that artists could stay in. Over the years, unfortunately, it became neglected, but restoration work started in 2011. Today, it's a place where you can meet with your friends and enjoy the cafes, shops, and restaurants. But if you look closely, you can see the remains from its previous life. The next place that you should visit on Istiklal Street is the Church of St. Anthony. This is Istanbul's largest Catholic church. It was built in 1725 in a Venetian neo-Gothic style. Across the courtyard, you'll be able to see some residential apartments that were used by the Italian community. The statue in the front of the church is of Pope John the 23rd. He preached here for 10 years before becoming the Pope of the Catholic Church. Cicek Passage, also known as Flower Passage, was built on the grounds of what used to be the Nam Theater. Unfortunately, this theater burned down due to the fire in 1876. A wealthy Greek banker bought the land and decided to turn this place into a shopping street based off of the Parisian streets, which were very popular at the time. When it was finished, there were 24 shops and 18 luxury apartments on the second floor. In the early 1940s, Russian women who escaped from the October Revolution gathered here to sell flowers, which is where the passage got its name. Later in the 1940s, taverns started to open up and the flower sellers moved on to other locations. So ever since the 1940s, taverns have been occupying this historical place. The next place on Istiklal Street is Galatasaray High School. This high school is the oldest high school in Turkey and the most prestigious, with an acceptance rate of 0.03%. Education here is taught in both Turkish and French because Sultan Abdulaziz, who was the first sultan to travel to Europe, he visited France and was very impressed by their education and wanted to implement that in Turkey. The school has many notable alumni, both Turkish and international. Salt Beyoglu is a free art gallery on Istiklal that hosts many exhibitions throughout the year. At the time of filming this video, the ground floor was occupied by an exhibition called About Air, which focuses on the sociological and ecological dimensions of air pollution through different materials. There is a cinema on the ground floor that hosts speeches and events. The kitchen and the winter garden host studies about nutrition and ecology.
You can find a calendar of events on the Salt Beyoglu website if you're interested in attending one.
The bookstore on the first floor has a wide variety of nonfiction books. There weren't that many English books, but you can still check out the posters and some of the photography books as well. The Istanbul Film Museum is a place where you can learn about the Turkish film industry. There are many old cameras and film equipment from previous sets that you can see. There's also an awards room with films that have won local and international awards. On the top floor, there is a space for visiting art exhibitions. I've been here to this museum 2 times. The first time I saw Steve McCurry, who took this famous photograph. The second time was for a Turkish artist called Devrim Erbil. He is a contemporary Turkish artist, and his exhibition was celebrating his 60 years making artwork. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos about Istanbul.